In this session, we are going to talk about your first 3 automations. Super exciting. And to be clear, these are automations you should build before AI, before advanced workflows, and before anything complicated. The goal is to remove delays, reduce human error, and make sure nothing gets missed. This is a short session, but these 3 automations can create a foundation that makes everything else easier later. I am going to explain what qualifies as a good early automation, what to avoid automating too soon, and then show you 3 simple examples that work in almost every business. Very quick intro in case this is the first video you see from me. My name is Lior Izik. I am a business automation specialist and the founder of Amazing Business Results. We are a Zoho premium partner with offices in the US, Canada, and Europe, supporting small and medium-sized businesses since 2013, and we currently hold the most 5-star reviews in the Zoho world. Before we get into it, just a quick reminder that this video is part of our new to CRM Zoho mini series, and in the description below you will find links in case you want to connect with us, assign us as your Zoho partner, and access a few additional resources. Let's begin. Okay, so let's begin. On my screen I created the way that automation works. And let's do it one by one. First of all, you have the trigger. And the trigger will be something that happens in the system. It might be that a record was created, such as a lead was created, a contact created, deal or opportunity created, task created. When something is created, it can trigger the automation. When an update took place, such as a record was updated, a record was deleted, a date came, for example, I will have someone's birthday. And when this date comes again, not the year, so it will be the month and the day. So let's say now it's December 16. The moment that December 16 comes, every year, it will run the automation based on date. This is how you are getting all those birthday emails from your vendors based on this automation. So first of all, trigger, how this automation will start. Second of all, you will have an optional field, and that will be condition. Now, the condition can take place or not. So you can have a trigger and action. The condition is optional, very important. So let's assume that when lead comes in, send me an email to tell me, hey, lead came in, start working on it. I don't need the condition. I want to know about all the new leads that are coming into my system. From the other side, I want to send an email to a customer only when the deal is closed won. In that case, I do need a condition, and the condition will be deal stage is closed won. Okay, so that will be a condition. The third one will be the action. The action will take place when the trigger is activated. If there is a condition, the condition is passed, and then the action will take place. Actions might be sending an email, sending a text message, sending a click message, which is like WhatsApp on the Zoho world, creating a task, creating a meeting, and much more. You have a bunch of options, sending a webhook, APIs, lots of stuff. If you understand those 3, your brain can start working with workflows. Okay, so let's see how it works. In order to reach the workflows area, you will click on the setup, and here you will look for workflows, and then you will click on rules, workflow rules. If you can see that, maybe it will be under automation, workflow rules. Okay, let's click on that. In a real system, you will have a bunch of them. This is a new system. I just installed it. So you will have here a bunch of workflows that you can work with. When I will click on create a workflow, the system first asking where you want to activate this rule. You will need to select a module. You can't have a workflow that is running on multiple modules. For that, you will need to know Deluge or hire a company like us. But the basics, anyway, you will need to select which module is going to trigger and create the automation. In this case, I will click on the leads module. We are going to send an email to the salesperson whenever a lead comes in. We'll give it a name. Send an email to the owner, and in this case it will be the lead owner when a lead is created. In the description area, you usually try to put your logic. So in case that you forgot why you created this automation, you will have it in the description. Okay? I would like to notify the sales person when a new lead comes in, and if you want, you can give more information. Most people don't create description, and at some point they will say, why did I create it in the first place? Okay, so try to be organized and do it properly. We'll click on next, and now we're going to the when. This is your when, the trigger. Okay, so this is when. The system is asking, when do you want to activate it? For you, because you are new, go only with those two: record action and daytime. So this is what we have here. Record action can be when a record is created, the record is updated, or record is deleted, or daytime. In our case, I want to have this automation only when a record is created. So where do you think I need to click? That will be the record action. And now, when I click on record action, I have more options. And now I will have create or edit or delete. In my case, it will be create. So I will click on that. I will click on next. And now you have a condition. Even though I don't need to have a condition for this specific automation, I always want you to have a condition. And I will explain why. Whenever you're creating automation, especially in the beginning, you will mess up. Imagine that you will mess up and emails will start be sending to your customers. Not great for you. So this is how you prevent it. You always have a condition, and in this case, if I am working on the leads module, I will have here that the first name is test. If the first name is test, only then go to the action, which means I can test my automation and see how it works. I will click on done, and now I will have the actions. Okay, we've been now on the condition, and now we're going to the action. The action will be, I can update field automatically. It's not what I need. Assign owner, so assign a salesperson. By default, it will assign me because I'm the only one, but if you need to assign a different person, you can click here, and you can assign from all the users in your system, you can assign someone. I will do that. I'll click on save. And now I can click on action again. I don't want to assign tags, but I do want to have email notification. So I will click on email notification. I will have here the name, so alert on new lead. It will go to, you see, the lead owner, the person who is assigned to the lead. And I can select templates. Right now I don't have templates. I will create one. I'm not going to put too much time into creating templates. On my YouTube channel, you have endless videos of how to create email templates, best practices, and so on. So I will just click here. I will quickly create a template. Okay, we'll call it new lead. Now on the top, it's the name of the template. On the bottom, it will be the name of the lead. So I just did Shift 3, which is the number sign, and I will have here the lead name. So it will be new lead created dash Lior Izik. And here I will just delete all that so I can have a nice template. Yo, new lead came in. And I will have here the lead name. I will have their phone number. And I will have their email. Okay, and that's a fun way to receive a lead. We'll keep it like that. I will save it in a folder and we'll save it. Okay, so I'm going to assign this automation now. The automation is alert on a new lead, going to be sent to the lead owner, which is the salesperson. It's going to use the new lead template, and I will save it, and it's done. Let's create a new lead. Let's see if that works. I will go to create a new lead. Remember that the first name needs to be test, otherwise it will not work. And that will be also, let's say, test, ABR. I want here the email. Okay, now if I will check my mailbox, I did receive this email. Okay, so this email was received. If you want to follow up those automations, you can click on the timeline. The timeline will show you. You have here the lead owner was assigned to Lior and email sent to Lior Izik. Okay, you can see it here. It also tells you what was sent so you can follow up. This area is very, very good if you want to understand how your system is working, which employees changed what, so the timeline is very, very strong. Okay, so that was automation number one, super, super useful all the time. The second automation, we need to add one more field. So let's go to the contacts this time. And let's assume that your contacts, okay, this is something we did before, so I hope you remember what we did. I will have one more field, and that will be a date field. And I will call it birthday. We'll click on save. And now I'm going to run the automation based on the birthday. I want to send an happy birthday email whenever they have a birthday. I will click on create rule. Which module do I need to select? I hope you set contacts, because we are going to send an email birthday to the contact. The rule name, it will be birthday notification. And here you can have the information, why. Click on next. If I want to send based on the birth date, what will be the trigger? Daytime. Now, when the daytime is selected, it will show me all the different fields in the system that are date related. Okay, I see that also before there was one, I didn't see it, but let's assume we are going with the field that we created. I will click on the birthday. It will say define the execution date. So let's say when the birth date comes in, which is on, the execution time, you can select when. I want it to be, let's say, 9 a.m. Eastern. And it can be recurrence one time, which means it will trigger one time and it will never trigger again. This is not really how it works with real birthdays, right? You have it every year. You can run it every month, but it's also not how birthdays work anyway in Toronto. And you can also have it every year. So in this case, I will select every year, and it will be on the birth date. It will send 9 a.m. every year an email. If you want to be unique, send it a day before with a text message. Okay, that's what I'm doing personally. It's more personal, it's nicer. Let's click on Next. And I will have here also same thing. I will have when the first name is test, especially in the beginning that you don't know what you're doing. Okay, have always a condition. And then you will go to email notification. Now here you can select, you will have one more option and it will be email, contact email. The reason that I don't have it, it's because I didn't integrate my email. If you remember the previous sessions, I told you that you must integrate your email. Otherwise, it will not work for you. So here you will click on contact. One more option will be email and you will select it. Then you will need to select the template that you want to create. Okay, you will create a new template and then you will save the automation. Okay, so this is one more automation, super useful. And the last automation that I want to show you is based on stage. Let's go now to the opportunities. And let's assume that when a deal is reaching the negotiation and review, this is when you want to be notified, because this is important. So when someone is moving the deal to negotiation review, you will receive a notification. Okay? We have here a tool named Zoho Click. We will try to piggyback on that. So let's go here and let's create a new automation. Let's discard this one. I will create a new rule, and the rule will be for which one? Okay, I want whenever an opportunity is moved from proposal to negotiation, which module do I need to select? Opportunities. Okay, and now it will be email on stage negotiations. Okay, so in that case, whenever the stage is moving, I want to get notification. In this case, it will be a record action, but it will not be create anymore because the record exists. It won't be create or edit because I don't need create. It will be edit. Now, when it's edit, it's asking me if I want to run it on any field that gets modified. In my case, I just need when the stage is moving. So I just need one field. I will click on it and I will say specific field get modified. And the system will say no problem. Which field? And I will select the stage. So when the stage is it any value or only when it's negotiation review? And let's go here when the value is negotiation review. Also, you can have here repeat this workflow whenever this automation is edited. Okay, so you can run it again and again and again. In my case, I just want to have one notification when the deal is being pushed. Let's click on next. I will have a condition as always. So let's say when the opportunity name is test. And then I can send an email notification. I can also have a click notification. I don't have it enabled here. Let me first show you how to create click integration. You will need to go to the marketplace, and then you will select here, you will right click, and you will select click for Zoho CRM. You will click on activate, scroll down, mark those boxes. Okay, I will click on activate and enable. Okay, so this is how you enable it. For now, I will just go with email notification, but in your case, you will have here notification, and then you will have another arrow for email or click. And then you select the email template. Obviously, it's not this one, but you will have your own template. You associate, and you click on save. So those were the 3 different automations that I think that you need to understand. Whenever a stage is being moved from one stage to another, and you need to be aware of it. Whenever new lead comes in, you want the salesperson to know about it. And also whenever there is a birthday or driving license renewal or anything that is important for your customers, that also needs to be there. Before we wrap up, if this video was helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon. It also really helps this video reach more people through the YouTube algorithm, especially teams that want to automate responsibly without breaking their CRM. If you are new to Zoho CRM, I recommend you watching the series in order. Thank you very much for watching this session. We'll see you in the next one.